Padre.
All right, all right. Good night, guys. Wow. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight is gonna be a little different. Again, welcome to Que Padre. Tonight is gonna be your co-host, just me, Chris. Unfortunately, Froy is out. He's a little sick today. He's been sick. So if you guys have time, reach out to him. Wish him to get better. But yeah, tonight I'm gonna handle things today, and we do have a special person, a special invite tonight. He has been a follower for actually since the beginning, and today our special invite is Mr. Edgar Gutierrez. He is our invite for today. He goes by Ed Namrock. And here we go.
¿Qué
What's
hubo, man?
up,
What's
bro?
up? Hey,
What's up? How you
Hernandez,
been,
no
bro?
Gutierrez.
Oh, that's right, Hernandez. My bad, bro. My bad. I don't know why I thought about Gutierrez. I know there was a Z there
Yeah.
somewhere. You know,
It's always
Hernandez
an
Gutierrez,
easy.
tomato. It's all
Yeah.
good. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm good.
so
I'm good,
everybody,
man. Thanks for having me,
Edgar
man.
Edgar
Thank you.
Hernandez. He goes
Yeah.
by Mr. Ed Namrock.
Yep.
Um, I will be putting up his information if you guys want to go ahead and follow him. Uh, that's his info right there.
Well, it's without the
Today
C,
is
but yeah.
without the C.
Yeah,
Okay, no,
yeah.
no, no. We can fix that, bro.
It's fun. It's funny because there's a story behind that nickname.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have a quick minute or no? Or you
Yeah,
want to
I
save it
mean
for later?
it's a really good story. There you go.
There you go.
Well,
There you go.
just
There you
just
go.
just like it's spelled right there, yeah.
All right, and
No,
that right.
it's funny, just yeah, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version, but I played in a band for I played in bands like, half my life. We wrote a song called Namrock,
Right.
but it was the last name of our guitar player's ex-girlfriend that we called red-handed cheating. And
Really?
yeah, so her last name was Croman, right? I think she was
Okay.
like Filipino or something like that. But if you all I did was flip the R and the O to make it Namrock. It just so
Mhm.
happened to be like one of my favorite songs to rehearse and practice, and it just kind of like, all right, Namrock it is, okay again. Like we would rehearse it like countless number of times. Y
Okay.
se cansaron los güeyes. They're like, fuck, dude, like let's play another song, and I'm like, nah, let's play it again because it was really personal, not only for my bandmate, but like I was there, like writing the lyrics with him because he was just yeah he was hurt, man. And I hate
Yeah.
you never want to see a compa down like that, man. You just want to
Oh man, it's
make him
tough.
feel
It's tough.
better. And I'm like, yeah, fuck this bitch. And we start writing lyrics, and yeah, that's how. And that was 2000 and kid you not 2001.
Really?
Yeah, that's how long
Yeah,
I've
that's a while
been.
back, bro. That's a while back.
That's how long it's been. But yeah, that's the
Yeah.
story, man. That's
Well,
crazy.
there you
Like
go.
that's how long
And
I've had it.
for everybody who wants to know why Namrock, that's
Yeah,
a short story. That's a short part of the story.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
man. Well, you've been a subscriber, a fan, a follower, a listener since the beginning, bro.
The
Right?
very
You're
when you
you're
guys
one.
even
You're
had a thought of it, yeah.
Yeah. I remember we're like, you know what? Let's have a little meeting with Ed. I know that he does lives. I know that he does podcasts as well. Um, by the way, the podcast is also called Ed Nemrick, right?
Yeah, Ed Nemrock
Um,
podcast, yeah.
we were like, how do you do it, bro? How do you get started? Where do you go? Where did this? Where did that? So this guy actually gave us some very good info. He gave us the thumbs up. Okay, you guys should do it. We need this. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. So big ups to you, bro. We appreciate that. Like I said, you gave us that free 99, and you've also been a listener, a follower, and actually a winner too of our merch once upon a time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I still have
So
the shirt in the
again, big
closet
thank you
somewhere. I
for that,
didn't I
brother.
didn't wanna I didn't wanna wear it to ruin it. I was like, "Oh, man, I'm gonna keep it in here." Just in
right?
case.
Nah, we still. I think we
Yeah.
still got a few some stuff, but yeah,
Yeah,
man,
you
I
guys send me a
appreciate
hat
it.
and a shirt, yeah.
Hey, yeah, I appreciate all the support, man.
Of
Uh,
course, man. Of
but the
course.
reason this came up is because you actually hit us up. You're like, "Hey, bro, I haven't been on a call. I've been a fan. I haven't
Yeah.
been alive. I haven't done anything with you guys." And our previous invite was a mutual friend of both of us, right? Pretty much your
Yeah.
best friend and
Yeah.
you know a buddy of mine, a co-worker of mine, and because of that, you were like, "Dude, I want to get on. I want to talk about something." And you actually gave us a good subject for today, right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
subject for today, and I'm pretty sure you see it all the time. Your kid is how old now?
He's 9 going on 10.
9 going on 10.
Yeah.
So he's getting close
Yeah.
to those years. And the reason I asked that is because today we're going to talk about grooming, right?
Yes.
Grooming with our
Yes.
kids.
Yeah.
Grooming can
It's
go very far. It can be very easy, it can be very difficult. That depending on the type of kid you have, right?
yeah.
Why do you think you want to talk about grooming? What was the whole reason for you wanting to speak about it?
Well, it was through experience,
Uh-huh.
quite frankly, not only personal, like when in my athletic career, not only athletic career,
Yeah.
but like just in general, just the stuff I saw. And the naiveness, the blind eye, the hear
Yeah.
no evil, see no evil part of this whole thing, it just really irked me. I'm like, nah, something's not right. And yeah, it took for something personal to happen to me
Mhm.
to basically say something because it has to be said. It has the kids have to be aware. It's not something that should be taken like lightly. It's a real thing, and people
Sure.
don't
Sure, for
understand
sure.
like the severity of it. It can really damage people in the long run,
Mhm.
big time. I've seen people just miserable, and they have substance abuse issues, and all because of what happened to them early, in their childhood, or even it could have happened later. Because grooming doesn't necessarily
Do
have to
you
be.
think that's a correlation from us getting us taught how to clean ourselves, it becoming a habit to once we're pretty much men like we are?
Yeah, especially for us men, it's a
Mhm.
little bit more, I don't want to say machista, like especially when it comes to like an older like woman, for example, like, and you're what, 15, 16, and this woman just se te avienta, and they're what, 21, 22, possibly older, but we're taught as men to not say nothing. We're taught
Right.
as boys that, oh, that's gay if you say something. A lot of other boys will jump at the opportunity to have, Miss Smith or whatever, jump on them, but that's totally wrong. I mean, and now being a father, it's unacceptable, man. I would be very, very upset, very irate, encabronado, man. Like I
But
wouldn't know what to.
how would you have taken it if it would have happened to you? Say you were 16, 17, and a decent teacher se te aventó
Yeah,
because you smelled good, because you took care of
yeah,
yourself, you
because
know?
you're youthful, right?
Is it a pride thing? Like, hell yeah, you know, this my fine ass teacher se me aventó. What
I
I'm trying to get at is what's the difference between us and our
Yeah.
kids?
The big difference that I like to spotlight is
Mhm.
it's the generation that we grew up in. We didn't have social media. We didn't have camera phones. We had big, camcorders.
Yeah, everything was on a
For crying out
hush.
loud, we had big tube TVs. It was, we had to flip to channel 3 or channel 4 para jugar
Not only that, we had to
Nintendo
get
and
up.
yeah, yeah. And me being you being a Generation X guy and me being kind of caught in between. I'm kind of X and millennial, so I'm kind of like what is
Oh,
called a
I'm
zennial.
beginning millennial, bro. I'm
Yeah,
83.
you're what? You're 83?
83. Yeah.
I'm older than you. I forgot about that. That's right. I'm
You're
81.
a year or two older than me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
We share birth months, but you're a little bit
yeah,
older.
our birthdays are coming up. That's right.
Yeah.
And for us, for example, we grew up like where, oh, vete a jugar, pero te regresas cuando ya están las luces de la calle. Like, come back
Yeah.
when the street
Yeah.
lights are on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't do that no more, man. You can't. That's you can, but our generation was street smart because we didn't
Yes.
have to worry about a lot of factors
Yes.
back then.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Now,
Yes.
with everything, the climate, the people, I never seen so much mental illness going around, man. It's rampant everywhere. Like my mom says, ya todos
Okay.
están locos.
Okay. You as a I'm gonna put you in as an educator, right?
Yeah.
Because you're in the school system.
Mhm.
Um, Fucking, I don't know if I'm pushing a little too much boundaries here, but
No, never,
is
man.
it
It's
is it mental illness, or is it that it's just very easy to call it that, and that's what I have, type of thing? And
it's
maybe I don't want to deal with it, or I don't want to talk about it, so I have this.
it's a little bit of that, and it's a lot of it is like, I mean, after seeing this Diddy thing going on, it's a lot
Right?
of like a power, like an ego like trip
Um,
where, and it happens in our culture, Chris. You know that. It happens in the school systems, it happens everywhere. It's so bad that how can you look, for example, I'll give you an example because I've had this conversation with my high school teams, especially the girls. The girls are the ones I have to like, hey, look, these are the warning signs of someone that's trying to groom you. And to them, it's like, well, there's always like a boundary, there's always like a gray area. And to me, it's like, if you tell me something like that is happening with some type of staff member, as by law, Chris, we are
oh,
what
you
is
have to
called
report it.
we're mandated reporters.
Yeah.
Even like, and we take trainings every single year to make sure that that doesn't happen to our students, that doesn't happen to our athletes, that shouldn't happen to
Yeah.
our kids.
Shouldn't happen to anybody.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah, at all. And my issue with that is when people turn a blind eye or they don't hold people entirely accountable for what they're being not just accused for, but being tried for, because you have right to trial, right? You have a
Or to defend yourself.
yeah, it's like, oh, let's see the proof. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. Obviously, there's an
Right.
allegation, they'll investigate. Let's see the evidence.
Right.
It's just like any other judicial system. You have to lo tienes que probar, because if
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah,
don't,
of course.
well, it's just it's an allegation. When it's proven, and there's cemented evidence, Chris, and they don't do anything. That's an issue. I'll give you a really, really, really bad. I'm not going to call it a good example because there's nothing good about it. Really bad
Right.
example. And this was made public. You could look this up in any search engine and any social media site. Rosemead High School in Rosemead has had over
Mhm.
3 decades of that.
Really?
Teachers, coaches, administrators, all that stuff. Not a word, Chris. I think only like 2 people have been busted. That's it.
And even with those busted people, there's no investigation, like ongoing stuff.
No, there's teachers there, for example, that have been teaching there for 30 plus years and they've been doing it. They don't stop doing it. Nothing's being done. Todavía están, man. How do you open up a case on someone like that, pending investigation, and then close it? Person goes back to work and then reopen it again because, hey, what the hell? And then close it again. Person's back at work. I don't understand it if there's evidence, Chris. I can understand if there are allegations. Okay, then you have a right to trial. Te defiendes. But Chris, if someone showed you pictures like, hey, this person's texting me this is their phone number, check this
Uh,
out. Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media, when there's evidence, and then they're like, oh, they're touching me inappropriately in class. They're yanking my phone out of my hand to look at my camera roll.
yeah,
The coach is, you know, getting a little too friendly, if you know what I mean, man. It's like
yeah.
I've never seen it with my own eyes, but I've heard in other schools where it got a little bit way out of line, man. Way out of line to
And
the point where
that's the hard part, right? Because it's unfortunately it's temptation, right? Now, as
it is
educators, you guys I guess there's a invisible line, there's an invisible rule that you guys are there to strictly educate,
right,
make these people better people for society, make
right,
them ready for the real life, right?
right.
And when these things go on, and like you're saying, nobody really says anything, it's like you're approving what they're doing, without even
Exactly.
saying anything.
Exactly. And that's been a problem, Chris, not only in California, but like everywhere. And I could only speak for, California. I'm not too familiar with other states, but I've heard other states too. And I've
Yeah,
seen,
from probably the beginning of school time, bro. There's just
yeah,
it's just a matter of the other party partially agreeing to something that maybe they don't understand, and it's taking advantage of a situation, taking advantage of a person, and even
exactly. That's
adults
why,
sometimes don't
yeah.
even know what they're doing. So just imagine a juvenile, a kid
Oh
that
yeah.
okay, or say they're having problems at home, and
Yeah.
this is the way they're finding
Mhm.
affection with somebody, and there goes this fucking perv and takes advantage of a situation.
And that's where, as not only educators but adults, especially coaches, we go through this training where
Yeah.
we're trained to talk to our athletes, not talk at them because they won't respond. Because when you talk to an athlete or even a student, they start opening up, and then that's how you find out what's going on. And if anything is bothering them, they got some mental health stuff that we can refer them to what is called a wellness center now. And it sucks because it's really bad, Chris. And I hate to blame 2020 for this, but COVID really screwed up a lot of our kids, and
It did. It did. It did.
they don't have coping
It did.
mechanisms. They don't know how to speak. They don't know how to ask for help. And it's
Hmm.
up to like our generation now, Chris. Like the ones after us, before us, they're done with it. They're like, if they don't want help, we're not going to help them. And we're stuck in between going, wait a minute, like that's my son or daughter, that's my nephew, that's my friend's daughter, my friend's son.
And keep in mind, we
Yeah,
were taught not to talk.
yeah, Don't
So
be a
how do
snitch.
we get over that while we're trying to take care of our kids? Right?
Yeah, I
That's
think
one issue I see as well.
that's the cycle I think we have to break when it comes to that subject, and kind of walk a fine line when it comes to other things if it
Mhm.
involves your security, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because that's the street smart part of that we grew up knowing, surviving concrete jungles, man. That's But when it comes to you know Miss Valentine or
Mhm.
Mr. Smith or whatever doing that to their students, and then later seeing that when they're of age, they're dating and they're older, and it's so awkward, man. I've seen some
It's a
really
cycle, dude. It's a cycle. It's an
weird stuff.
unfortunate cycle that sometimes in their eyes they're like, oh, it's okay, love doesn't have a
Yeah,
an age, or love doesn't have a whatever,
right.
and okay, maybe it does, but at the same time, like, dude, like, you're 30 something, 40 something, and you're trying to date a teenager. Like, bro,
Yeah, it's like,
you're not eager, then fucking wait. But still, dude, I don't know. I think it's one of those things where we have to educate our children
yeah,
on what is right, what is wrong. At the end of the day, unfortunately, a lot of our children, just like us, just like the ones before,
yeah,
um, they're gonna make their decisions, right?
yeah,
And hopefully, based on our education, based on the info that we pass down to them, they're able to make the right decision, right? And with those
correct.
decisions, I know we went a little bit off topic, but with those decisions comes the whole grooming part, right?
Oh
And I
yeah.
know it has to do with it, but how is and I know you at work, you get to smell a lot of stuff.
Oh
You get to
yeah.
see a lot of stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
How
Oh
is it that you, as a dad, you have a 10, 11-year-old, right? Actually, your son
yeah.
is in fifth grade, right?
Yeah.
Fifth? Okay, so he's the same age as my
Actually,
daughter.
no, no, he's in 4th grade, sorry. I
Okay,
always jump ahead.
but he's 10. He's 10.
No, he'll be 10. Yeah.
Okay, so he's a year younger than my daughter. My daughter's in fifth
Yeah.
grade. You, as a boy dad, how are you seeing the grooming change within the years?
I think a lot of the grooming is very, very clever, Chris. Very clever.
Explain clever.
Where they're actually these people, I mean, it could be male, female, whatever.
Well,
They're
let's
get
talk
they're
about
getting
let's talk about your situation at home, your boy.
yeah.
How is it clever with your boy? Or how is he doing things that he knows he's not supposed to be doing, but he tries to get away with them as far as
Like
grooming goes?
watching stuff online, especially
Okay.
YouTube, and then we monitor that obviously. There's, obviously Roblox is a big iPad game with a lot of these elementary school kids. Uh,
Hmm.
to secure that, make sure it's locked down, make sure he's not able to communicate with anyone pretty much because he's not of age to do so. And
Okay.
even so, Chris, like they're fourth, fifth, sixth grade, even at the intermediate level, they still don't have that knowledge, that awareness to even
No, they
like
don't.
they go along with it. And even in high school, it gets worse because now they're seeking attention. They're they feel that that's how grooming works. Like they feel wanted. They feel like, oh, I'm needed. I mean something here. I feel like it's all like
So
it,
with the whole that you're
yeah,
saying, the internet, the how I guess we can call them predators, right? How predators take advantage of that situation.
yeah,
What can we do as parents, as fathers, Latinos,
yeah.
parents specifically? What can we do different than what was done to us? Because I'll tell you this, for me, obviously there was no internet. I didn't have any internet until I
Yeah.
was To be honest with you, I didn't have a computer till I don't know why my dad decided to buy us computer till after I graduated. Literally 2 months later, after I graduated, he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna buy you a computer." Right?
I had to
And
go to computer labs.
yeah, yeah, or the library, right? Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
But so we didn't have the how easy it was to for especially with the kids now. But there was still that el miedo, ¿verdad? De que
Yeah.
uh people you still met because I guess when we were early 20s, maybe
Yeah.
late teens to early 20s, that's when the America Online started, right?
AIM,
The
AOL
chat
Instant
rooms,
Messenger. Yeah.
Messenger, the chat rooms, the stuff like that, and a lot of people met that way, right?
Yep.
A lot of people met that way. So
Yep.
how how did you think that we dealt with those type of? Because I know it happened. Obviously, you would see, oh, this person se lo robaron or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think was the why is it that we stayed away from stuff like that? Why is it that we were que a nosotros no nos llevaba la gente, no nos, in
Yeah.
other words, no nos hacían mensos,
Exacto. Yeah.
So what do you think is that difference that our parents taught us,
Mhm.
scared us with versus how we do it, right?
Right.
Or how we show our love to our kids, the attention that they know they need and the attention that we know they need because we lacked it when we were growing up.
Yeah. That's that and it didn't help that your grandparents or even your mom and dad, like if you misbehave, they will tell you something like, "Mira, te va a agarrar el viejo," and they'll point at some creepy looking dude or
That's where
some
I'm kind
random
of going.
dude.
Like we were always getting scared, right? Si no
Yeah.
te portas bien, te va a llevar el señor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And even though it was a
El
joke,
señor.
it was a joke, right?
Yeah.
Um, they used it as a scare tactic, right?
Yeah.
And how is it that we can use those similarities and scare tactics with our kids so that they don't fall for these people? Because you see it all the
Right.
time. Oh, were you supposed to meet this 14-year-old girl here, here, here? And you look at the person, bro, and it looks like normal fucking Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
They even go in their
Yeah.
flip flops or whatever it is. And
I you've seen those videos online.
yeah, yeah.
It's so bad. I'm like, "Whoa, look at that dude." He's not capable of
And
even like,
MTV even made a show when the catfish, right? When kids, females, males were getting catfished
oh man, that show
by
was
the
so
same
sad.
sex. So how is it that we, our generation of parents, us,
Yeah.
how can we be positive to a point where we can groom our children? Hey, mijo, mija, don't do this, don't do that. Watch out for
Yeah.
this, watch out for that, and be effective without our
Yeah.
kids saying, "You know what, Dad, you're crazy. You're old. You were born in the 1900s. You don't know what you're talking about."
I hate when they say that.
That's what I said.
I'll tell you one thing we can do as parents, and it involves a lot of storytelling, Chris. You have
Mhm,
to you have to basically tell them, "Hey, like don't go in these chat rooms because I read something on the internet. I saw something on Instagram, I saw something on Reddit, I saw something on
mhm.
YouTube that this person met up with some stranger and took all of his money or held him ransom, like stuff like that, because it does happen.
Oh, of
It's not a
course.
lie. Yeah. And like I'll give you an example. When the whole it was the whole what was it? It was like a national security breach or something like that, and a
Yeah,
lot of social security numbers were being leaked and stuff like that.
yeah.
And here's the thing is at the high school level, they don't understand the severity of that. They don't. I had to
yeah,
explain to them, "Hey, this is a big deal because your information is being leaked on like these dark web websites, which do exist, Chris. They're real.
yeah, yeah,
They're selling. Remember back in our day, si tuvimos un tío que vino mojadito, man, where will we take him? We take him to MacArthur Park in
yeah.
LA.
Go get
¿Para
his
qué?
stuff. Yeah,
Para agarrar micas, dude, to get a green card.
yeah.
And a lot of it was fake, dude. And those were the days back then. I mean, now it's totally different. Now with this administration, I don't see that happening for a while. It's
It's a
like,
little
oh
bit.
my
It's a
god.
little bit more difficult, right? Again, because all
Yeah,
the information is out there. But then again, it's that easy as well. Because like you say in the
yeah,
black market, right? So like, and
yeah,
that's one thing that scares me, bro. Like I have a little girl, bro, and
yeah,
it's I'm always her mom is always very careful, even with just fucking going out, bro. Make sure you hold her by the hand.
yeah,
Make sure you don't leave her alone. And I hate it, bro, because I hate it that we have to think that way. I hate it that we have to live that way, right? I
yeah,
know it's for our own good, but like there's no absolutely no need to be. It's like living in the hood again, bro. It's like you're watching your back all the
yeah,
time. It's like I can't even go
yeah.
to Target because somebody's trying to take my daughter, right? And
Exactly.
and and or somebody's trying to take my son, and how is it how are we supposed to groom our kids? Are we supposed to make them live in fear always so that they're always aware? Are we supposed to make them live with whatever no care in life, and then something does happen? Oh, I could have,
Yeah.
I should have taught them how to be better, bro.
There's gotta be an in between.
There's a lot of kids that don't even know how to cross the street, bro.
No, they don't. I've seen it with my own eyes, Chris. It's painful to watch. It's painful to watch them not only know how to cross the street correctly. You know what's another thing that I've noticed that they just do not they don't something very simple, Chris. You know what they don't do? They don't wash their hands. They don't wash their hands.
Even with
On
COVID,
my
right? That we all went through COVID, and we washed our
Yeah,
hands a million times.
in their mind, it's like, well, the germs are going to be around anyway. Like, why do I need to wash my hands? I'm like, you have to wash your hands. What are you talking
Not
about, man?
not not just that, bro, but it's just it's a sanitary thing. It's you don't want to shake other people's hands with your dirty ass hands. You don't want to touch
Yeah.
yourself. Us men,
Yep.
we have to touch ourselves when we go to the restroom. A huevo, bro.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
like
what
it's
we do.
automatically gonna come out.
It's not
And
hands
when
free,
you,
man.
yeah, no, it's not hands free.
Yeah.
It's not a Bluetooth. So
No.
it's it's something that again we have to, and it sucks because I tell my boy, bro, all the time. I know you guys are gonna get tired of me. I'm gonna be, and not that I hate to say it, bro, but now that unfortunately my parents passed a few years ago, but
Yeah.
now that my parents aren't here, my father, I tell my son, I go, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be like grandpa, dude. I'm gonna be a broken record, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you every single motherfucking time.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Repetition is usually what a lot of them need.
every single time. And you'll see when you get my age, te vas a acordar de mí. And just like my dad
Oh,
me
yeah.
decía, vas a ver, un día te vas a acordar de mí.
Yep.
Y un día te vas a acordar de mí. Y un día te vas a
Yeah.
acordar de mí. And bro, not one fucking, not that the fact that he's
Yeah.
not here anymore, but there's not one day that I don't hear right here, bro.
Yeah.
¿Qué te dije? ¿O te acuerdas lo
Yep.
que te dije?
Yep.
Right? Or I catch myself repeating my parents' words, right?
Yeah.
You know, my
That's
mom's, my
the echo.
dad's too.
That's the echo chamber.
Yeah.
you think that, for example, we scare ourselves as parents. I know that because I do that multiple times. But at the same
Yeah,
time, I want my son to go out right here and on the block and play with whatever neighbor kids, or
yeah.
get on his
Let them enjoy.
on
Let
his
them be kids, right?
yes, and go take him to the park and just let him do whatever. Have him play sports, which he does. You know, he
Right.
goes to school, he meets friends. I don't want him like one thing I always think about, and I was discussing this with my wife, is bullying. Bullying's a big thing. I got bullied as a kid, man, and my
I
mom
think we
told
all did,
me,
bro.
yeah, but my mom told me, she told me in Spanish. She's like, "Mira, cabrón, si te suspenden de la escuela, te voy a partir tu pinche madre." And I'm like, "Fuck!" Like, if I get in trouble, I'm screwed.
So
I'm
they
gonna
told
get my
us
ass beat.
defend yourself, but don't get caught.
Right. And then finally I blew lid, man. Ya me cansé. And I forgot what happened, but I grabbed a steel chair like WWE, man.
See,
And I went like
that's what they were.
bah, and that was they all that's all they saw. I never said anything about him bullying me every day at school.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. And I got in trouble. Yeah, iba mi mamá. And then I'm like, fuck, but finally, like I took the
You
higher
know
road
for
and I
yourself.
apologized. Yeah, I apologized to the kid that was bullying me, but he wasn't having it. I'm like, all right, you want to square up one on one, no one jumps in,
Yeah.
and we duked it out like kids. And
Hmm.
kids, kids, granted, Chris, kids. And we didn't become friends. We just had mutual respect for each other because in my
Yeah.
mind, like you made my whole half year a living hell. I'm not gonna be your friend.
I have a story like that, bro. I have a
Yeah.
story, and I tell my kids, my boy, all the time. My daughter really had a hard time with some bullies at school,
Hmm.
and she wouldn't really defend herself because she wanted to be your friend. She was a friendly type. She wanted to be friends with
Yeah.
everybody. She didn't
Yeah.
understand why other girls wouldn't like her, right? And
Yeah.
after months and months of explaining stories and stuff like that, I would tell her, "And look, mija, just like you see me being really friendly with a lot of people, when I was
Yeah.
growing up, there was a lot of kids that didn't like me. But why? Well, I don't know. No, I don't understand why. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't like you because either you're prettier than them, you're taller than them, you're shorter than them. You can make friends. You have cool shoes and they don't. You're not
Yeah.
going to know. But it's
Yeah.
not going to stop until you do something." And I'm gonna tell you this, bro. This is what my dad did with me. And again, I bring up my dad, rest in peace. Me dijo, starting with my best friend, bro, which was my neighbor.
Yeah.
We're always hanging out, and he'll watch it too, and he'll say something. And we used to be so close that we
Mhm.
used to get into fights, right?
Yeah, that sounds about
Y-
right.
we would fight at least once or twice a month, bro. But I like
Yeah.
nos agarramos a madrazos, güey. We would land on the
Yeah.
floor and started fucking hitting each other because we were very alike and we liked everything the same and everything. It's like twins, bro. And one day, mi papá me dijo, because I was the type of kid that I would cry out of frustration.
Oh, I see.
I
Okay.
was in the empezaba a chillar y luego también me daba miedo because my dad, even though my dad was a short little man, obviously when you're a kid, your parents look ginormous, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Um, a mí me daba miedo mi dad, güey. Me daba miedo
Oh, I
his
bet.
words, right? And me decía, si llegas otra vez y llegas llorando o él te parte la madre, yo te voy a partir la madre a ti. Y ya van a ser dos partidas de madres que vas a tener. Tú decides lo que quieres hacer.
Yeah.
So one time, bro, I remember we fought. I don't know why the fuck we fought. We fought and fuck, dude. I remember I didn't cry. And we both like kind of like didn't win or didn't lose. We just like kind of got tired. Like, all right, okay, okay, you good? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. All right, bro. But I live, we were best friends, and Bro, to this day, we're still friends. Heads up, to Oscar if he's watching it, he
Yeah,
knows what's up. That's one of them, bro. And pero in
yeah,
school, in elementary school, I had the biggest fucking bully, bro. And I grew up across the freeway from where you grew up. I
yeah,
grew up right there
yeah.
where Ramona Gardens is at. I
I
didn't
know
grow up in
exactly
Ramona
where that's
Gardens,
at.
but the neighborhood right
Yeah,
next to it.
I
I
know
went to
exactly
this
where it's at.
elementary school called Murchison,
You went to Murchison, yeah.
Seaway. So I
That was a
had this bully,
gladiator
bro.
school, man.
Yeah, bro. I had this bully que eran twins, bro. Eran dos.
Oh,
Eran dos, güey. Pero they were kind of like tag team each other. And
wow, that's crazy.
I remember this is a story I tell my kids. Like every once in a while, me agarraba uno, me agarraba otro, and they would make fun of me because I was a little chubby kid, but always the
Yeah,
tallest one. Always the tallest one of the group. Y
yeah,
siempre que había madrazos, call Chris, call Chris, call Chris. So I'll be the one that fucking come in and jump in and do shit to people.
yeah.
Pero a estos kids, wait, for some reason these twins, I couldn't do shit to them, bro. They would always fucking get me, always get me. And
Oh,
then I would get in
man.
trouble because of them too. So one day, I don't know if it was like fourth grade or fifth grade, bro. I got tired one of them,
Yeah.
and we were playing handball, what they call wall ball now, right?
I remember wall ball,
Uh,
handball,
oh well,
yeah,
we call it handball,
yeah,
right? And we're playing, and I remember I beat him, and he was, no, 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 your ball touched the line, touched the line. And we started fighting, fight, fight, fight. And back then they used to end it with a different word that we can't say now, right?
yeah.
And we started fighting. And remember the benches, like those 10-foot benches that were made out of like heavy ass fiberglass?
It was like, I don't even know. It was it fiberglass? Because it was like I thought it was
I
just
don't
thick
know, bro, but they
plastic
were
or
heavy.
something. It was
So
like
I
a backboard
remember
on a basketball court, like those
something
like
like
ones you
that.
wheel in. Yeah,
And I remember we were fighting, and I don't know if his brother just wasn't there or he was out somewhere else in the play area.
yeah,
And I remember que lo levanté, bro. Me acordé of a wrestler. I don't even know who it was. I picked him up and I
yeah.
slammed him on the bench. Boom! Obviously, all the kids are like, "Oh, Chris, hell yeah, Chris, Chris,
Oh
ooh."
my god, Undertaker style or what?
See, wait. And the kid just got up crying. Ooh, ooh. So whatever, bell rang. We went to class, and he didn't come back. He didn't come back.
Wow.
That was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That kid comes back with a cast, bro. A cast on his
Oh
arm.
man.
When I saw that, bro, I thought I was gonna get in trouble. But again,
Oh
remember the era that we grew up. This is
yeah,
probably early '90s.
yeah.
Nobody said shit. He
Nope.
didn't say he didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. He
He
just
probably
looked
didn't
at
tell his
me and
parents that that happened.
he didn't. I
Yeah,
heard that he just fell, supposedly.
yeah,
That's what he said, that he se cayó. All he said, all when he saw me, he was like, and I did
yeah. That's
one of those to
crazy.
him.
Yeah,
Never again, bro.
yeah,
The end of fifth grade passed, sixth grade, seventh grade in El Sereno.
yeah,
Never again. Never again.
yeah. And that was
And
another
and
gladiator school.
and that's what I tell. That's what I
Yeah.
tell my kids. I go, sometimes you got to defend yourself. Unfortunately,
Oh
but
yeah.
because they're not gonna stop until you do something about it,
Yup.
right? And there's other times where, yeah, you could probably use your words if you're witty that way and get
Yeah,
yourself out of it. Or there's going to be other ways where the teachers find out and this and that. But
yeah.
I had to do that because the teachers wouldn't believe me, bro. Decían, how is a little kid gonna be bullying you, Chris? You're two times his size and blah blah blah.
Oh, we learned that it's not the size of the dog in the fight; it's the size of
No,
fighting the dog, man.
yeah, bro. It was hard, bro. It was hard.
Yeah,
Luego eran dos, and
man.
but
When see,
until I took action,
yeah,
it stopped.
man, you
It
had
stopped, bro.
twins. That's so crazy.
Eran
It's like,
twins, güey. Eran twins. Twins,
Damn.
bro.
So
Fuck.
they would switch off?
Sí, güey. Every other day era uno y luego el otro, o a veces agarraban los dos, and just the stupid
That's
shit,
like
bro. You
that's
know?
like a system, like,
Sí,
"Oh, I'll
güey.
I'll beat him up to the yo me lo chingo hoy y tú mañana."
Yeah, it was
That's
just dumb stuff,
crazy.
and until I finally said, you know what, nah, bro, not today, not today.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
when it stopped,
that's
bro.
and going back to, like, educating our kids about that stuff, it's you have to let them know, "Look," you also have to recognize I'll give you an example. My son had a similar situation like that at school where, like, this Asian kid kept taking his chocolate milk. He didn't
Mm,
know. It turns out that the kid was special ed, and he later found out. But I was getting ready to tell him, "Hey, you can't tolerate that.
yeah, defend
Like,
yourself.
te tienes que defender. Like, you have to defend yourself." But then later,
Yeah,
he found out through, I guess, the teacher because there was when a kid is that not well getting to the severe part of their disability, they
yeah,
have like a one-on-one like aid with them at all times, and my son knows what that is because we've educated him on that,
yeah,
and he said, "Oh no, dad, like, he was with some lady." And I'm like, "Lady, like, why?" Because, I think he's part of a special group. He said special. I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's gonna stop. If it doesn't, go tell the principal, go tell somebody. If
yeah.
not, we're gonna have to talk to the administration." It
Right.
stopped within like a day, and I'm like, "That's a different circumstance."
Well,
Pero
that could also get out of hand very quickly, bro.
that's
Because
what I was about to
say
say.
your brother, your kid doesn't tell you,
Hmm.
and he remembers. Oh, well, my dad said, my daddy said to defend myself no matter what,
Yeah,
no matter who it is. Say your kid does defend himself, or you know what? Hey, you're not taking my chocolate milk. Oh my cabron, you
yeah,
know. Now who's at fault?
yes. That's
Your
it's a
your
good
son
thing.
for
Yeah,
defending his right to his chocolate milk,
yeah.
or is the other kid wrong, or is the administration wrong for not keeping an eye on the other kid? That's the shit,
It's
you
that's
know.
a really really complicated situation because yeah, the administration should be on top of that. That's what they're supposed to do. We're as educators and administrators, and even like the para educators, like the caseworkers, instructional aides, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Their job is to ensure the safety of the students, no matter what,
correct, correct.
because that's somebody's kid, that's someone's niece, that's someone's adopted child, that's someone's uh you know kid that they're a guardian that well they have conservatorship over. Like there's a bunch of stuff that factors in,
Hmm.
and to that and that going back to that fear that us parents have, we don't want to send our kids to school with that thought in my head like, oh man, like I have to be in there because I don't know what's going to happen. We can't be that parent.
It's supposed to be a safe place, bro. School's
Yes.
supposed to be a safe, fun
Yep.
place.
Yeah.
We never thought about school. Hey, take care of yourself in school. Other
Yeah.
than your typical argument or whatever,
Yeah.
Pero to the point where we have to educate them about shooters now.
Yeah.
We have
Now there's
and
active
not just
shooter drills.
not just shooters of the kids inside, but from the outside.
Yep.
We have to educate them about now these wildfires.
Yeah.
That can literally happen anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
uh, Toxic stuff. People talk about World War III and what can happen with all this political stuff. So there's a lot. There's a lot that
Yeah.
that that we have on our plate and that
Yeah.
unfortunately our kids have to live with on a daily basis,
Yeah.
because of the dangers that are out there, um, which defeats the purpose of going to school and have fun, right?
Yeah.
Going to school and have fun, making friends, making it a fun place for our children. With now, hey, we got to be careful with this, be careful with that, be careful with this.
Yeah.
It's to a point where you kind of question, like, what, should we homeschool better? Is
A
that
lot of
is
a lot
a
of
better
parents have
place?
that thought, and they give it a shot, and they never go back to regular public education or even private,
Yeah.
which is interesting to me because you have to remember, are we disservicing our kids but
Hmm.
not socializing them? We're just keeping them at home
Yeah.
and socializing them. Yeah, they play sports. Yeah, they're in this. Yeah, they're in that. But socializing at the school level is much different. That's a much different experience.
Right.
And they develop a sense of not just awareness, Chris, but they develop this sense of like uh intuition.
Hmm.
Nada más sientes a alguien like when you first meet them.
Well, it's to a point
Yeah.
where that's why I don't really like private school myself,
Yeah.
or I kind of do like homeschooling, but not really, because you're taking that whole. He needs to learn how to associate with other kids. He needs to learn how to deal with a problem with another
Yeah.
person, with another kid. He needs to know what a crush is. Because when you
Yeah.
take that away from humanity, bro, then honestly, it's just like raising animals, farm animals.
Yeah.
You're keeping them
Yeah.
enclosed in an area, and it's
Yeah.
just a routine. It's just a routine.
And it's
And
funny
what
because
happens with
the
routines?
word
People go
kids,
crazy.
yeah, the word kids is it describes baby, I think it was baby goats, right? Yeah. Where are we raising baby goats?
Yeah.
Metaphorically
And
in a
even with
sports
baby
aspect,
goats,
that's
bro, like
different.
real goats. What's they always trying to get out.
Yeah.
They're always fucking
Yeah.
shit up. They're always hopping here,
Yeah.
hopping there, hopping there, which is what a kid
Exactly.
should be doing, right? That's the
Yeah.
whole reason why monkey bars were invented. That's the whole
Yep.
reason those playgrounds were invented, for us to be jumping around and doing this and that.
Yeah.
And that homeschooling, private schooling, that doesn't help out at all, bro. It's just homeschooling. I think private school is more of a prestige thing. Like, oh, well, I pay for my son to
Yeah.
get a better education, but a lot of times the kids come out even worse. You know?
Yeah, it's true. Like take for example uh the top ranked school in probably sports in general. I saw there's two schools. There's Mater Dei in
Yeah.
Santa Ana, and then there's St. John Bosco in Bellflower.
Right. Right.
And Mater Dei, I would talk to these athletes, these coaches. They're saying that Mater Dei is just like really hood now, man. And I'm
What do you
not surprised.
expect, bro?
You guys are
What do you
located in
expect?
Santana, like just like Bishop
It's
Almas in La Puente. And no
yeah,
disrespect to La Puente, I love that city, but like it's in the middle of the hood.
bro. But all these
Yeah.
good schools are in the middle of hoods.
Just like Cantwell. Cantwell is in the middle of the
Yeah,
hood too. It's like
Canwell,
and that's where I grew
fucking
up.
Bishop Ahmad, freaking modern day, just like
St.
the
Paul,
one in
all of them.
Bellflower. I mean, St. Paul.
Yep. Yeah,
You know,
it's crazy. Like even like what was that other Salesian.
yeah.
It's in Boyle Heights, right off of Soto. And it's like that's my old stomping grounds too. And I'm like, wow, I mean, but then you see the school, it's all fenced up, the security, there's a
Yeah, but then again, do we
groundskeeper.
have students or we have inmates?
Eh, Then there's that. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
And then at that level, going back to the grooming subject, at the private school level, Chris, come on, man. That's where it gets. very dangerous,
Yeah.
and they have to be aware.
And everything is on a hush, bro. Everything is on
Oh
a hush.
yeah, man. It's yeah, and going back to educating them about the whole grooming thing, especially at a young age, they just have to recognize it and not necessarily jump to conclusions right away, but like analyze the situation. Like, is this what do they mean by that? Like, they have to
But
be
that's what
inquisitive, Chris. They
yeah.
tienen que preguntar. They have
But
to. They
that's what
just
I'm
can't
saying,
settle
bro.
for.
All these things have to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah,
And they have to come from us,
yeah.
right? And the reason they come from us is because we lived it. Literally
Yeah.
firsthand, bro.
I know I did.
And
Yeah,
I know your background. At
yeah.
what age did your mom give you the key to your house?
You want to know the truth?
See, wait, I'll tell you mine.
I was 7 years old.
Yeah,
7 years old,
yeah. I was in
and
fourth
I
grade,
came
bro.
and went whenever I wanted.
I was in fourth, maybe third grade,
Yeah.
and this was a period where my both of my parents were getting out of work like around five, bro, and they
Mm,
literally couldn't leave work or nothing. My sister was already, I think, already in college, so she didn't want
yeah.
nothing to deal with little mocosos, you know. So
Of course
she was
not.
it was school, her boyfriend, and that's it,
Yeah,
right? So I remember my dad me dio un llaverito con una llave, nomás era una llave for
yeah,
all the doors, right? For all the locks.
yeah,
My parents me decían negro, right? That was my nickname. Negro, te voy a dar esta llave.
yeah,
No quiero que se la enseñes a nadie y no quiero que vayas a meter a nadie en la casa.
yeah. That sounds
Cuando
about right.
salgas tú, que tú sales primero que tu hermano, because I would always shoot out the class and go to the door, to the main gate that led to our street.
Yeah,
Luckily, dude, we lived like two houses away from the school.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. You lived close to your elementary school too, huh?
Literally two houses
I
away,
was
bro.
literally
Two
across the
houses away.
street from City Terrace
Yeah.
Elementary, like right
Oh,
there. I never
okay.
missed a
Well,
day of school.
that
Yeah.
close. Me decía, espera a tu hermano y se van a la casa. No quiero que metan a nadie, cierren la puerta y no quiero que salgan. And that
Oh,
was every day, bro. Every single day, like to a
now
point where I already,
let me ask you this question, Chris.
yeah.
How long did it take you to be like, okay, yeah, I think I might have someone or some people over? What age did that happen?
Uh, I want to say within like a few months, bro.
Me too, man. As
Like a
soon
few
as like
months,
I
and
found out
it was
people,
my neighbor. It was my neighbor. Like once
yes,
I figured
me too.
out exactly what time my mom got home,
Yeah,
my dad got home, I was
yeah,
like, cool. And we had a front door and a back door,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And my neighbor, and at that time, ya tenía, ¿qué tenía? Super
Como siete,
Nintendo, I think
ocho.
it was.
Yes,
Super
me
Nintendo.
too. I had a Sega.
Oh, I didn't have the Sega. My friend, my
Yeah,
neighbor, the one that I used to fight with,
yeah.
it was his.
The one I used to
Hey,
play
bro,
with.
can you get Super Nintendo at your house? I'm like, dude, but my mom, my dad, they get mad if I have people over. So that lasted a month or two, and then llegaban pasaban las 3, que
Oh
salíamos
man.
a las 2:30, and by
Yeah.
like 2:40 llegábamos a la house because at 2:45 llamaba mi dad to check up on us,
Ah,
to make sure
yeah,
that we were home. So then he would call us, okay, ya llegaste, okay, bien, there's food in the fridge. Just put it in the microwave and feed your brother and to make sure you do your homework. I want your
yeah,
homework done by the time I get home. All right, cool.
yeah,
Which again, they left me in charge of my brother. And keep in mind, my brother was a very active kid. My brother
yeah.
was the type that you couldn't tell him anything because he'd do the opposite, right? A veces se salía el güey, and I would
Yeah,
have to go get him because I'm telling you, I used to be scared of my dad, honestly.
yeah,
And it wasn't scared; it was just respect, right?
yeah. Of course, of
And
course.
not until like 2 3 months later, I was like, man, all right, cool. I gotta be home at this time because this is the time my dad calls,
Yeah.
and this fool has to be out of the house at this time because that's the time that my parents get home. All right, cool. I got it. Hey, bro, come like at 3:30 and then leave like at 4. All right, cool. Yeah, iba, we
We
play
had the time
Super
management
Nintendo.
system.
Sí,
Yeah,
güey.
yeah,
And then one day, bro, like towards the end of all that,
yeah.
que va llegando mitad temprano, bro.
Chingue su madre, bro.
All I hear
Ooh.
is I hear the door and right away. And then turn off the game, pretend like we're doing homework. Bro, go out the door and just go to the back. And then my dad hears the door slam in the back.
Oh
He comes
man.
in, he acts like nothing, and we're over here like,
¿No dijo
¿ustedes qué
nada?
traen? No, no, he did. He's like, ¿ustedes qué traen? No, nada. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué están respirando fuerte? No, we're doing our homework, Dad, right? My brother's name is Oliver. Right, Oliver? He just, okay. So he let it play off
That's
until my
so
mom
good.
got home.
Oh,
And then my mom already knew. I guess he told her,
yeah.
right? Because my dad was very observant of everything. As soon as he saw something out of place, he already knew what happened.
Oh, yeah. I bet.
So we're sitting down for dinner, and I thought I had gotten away with murder, bro. And we're
Dang.
sitting down, and he used to call my mom Nena. Nena, ¿qué crees? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Cómo ves que nuestros hijos son mentirosos?
Called you guys
¿Cómo?
out.
¿Qué? ¿Por qué? Oh, ¿sabías que estos niños meten a otros niños a la casa a jugar al Nintendo? No, no sabía. Yo pensé que ellos eran niños buenos y esto y lo otro.
Oh, that's so good.
And then they both look at me because I'm the one in charge, bro. My brother cleans his hands
Yeah.
right away and is like, "Él fue,
Fuck.
él fue."
So yeah,
So
that's quick, dude.
my pussy ass started crying. Es que quería jugar Nintendo y quería jugar con mi amigo y lo otro. Ok, métete a bañar. Come,
That's so
haz
good.
tu tarea y métete a bañar. And I used to hate those words, bro, because I already knew what was coming.
Una pinche
Guess what
jodida,
came
¿no?
after the shower?
¿El cinto o la chancla, güey?
Para que
No mames.
durmiera bien, güey. Para que durmiera calientito.
Exacto.
And my dad was fucking smooth, bro. He would like we would volunteer to get hit, bro, pretty much. Is a ver, Ben? Ahí vamos. Instead of being like, fuck that, I'm not going. Ahí vamos.
You have to line up. Just
A
let the
ver.
let the punishment fit
Okay.
the crime,
A
bro.
ver, ¿qué hiciste? And right as soon as he would start saying something, "Ah, ¿por qué lloras? Porque me vas a pegar. No te voy a pegar. Si me vas a pegar, no te voy a pegar.
Oh, that's so good.
All of
Yeah,
a
you
sudden,
are,
just
dude.
he was.
Yeah. See, but that you can't we can't do that no more. It's so
I
like
don't. I don't hate my parents for doing that, bro. I don't.
yeah,
I don't dislike them for doing that. Obviously,
yeah,
it hurt at the moment. Right now, we're laughing at it, right?
yeah,
Because it's funny now. But it was the way at the time. At the time, it was the way that we were going to understand things. Y
yeah.
mi papá decía, si no entienden con palabras, entonces van a aprender con madrazos.
Exacto.
And
Exacto,
trust
man.
me, it wasn't the first time he told us.
Yep.
It wasn't the first warning. It
Yep.
wasn't the first time he saw little hints of people being there.
Yeah.
He let that shit ride. And my dumbass wasn't smart enough to see that he already knew.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
giving the hints that he was giving out,
Yep.
until he was like, all right, well, he's not learning.
Yeah.
Let's do something about it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy because now like the approach that I take is more like, nada más le doy cachetadas o nalgazos, lo que sea, pero he doesn't I'm not doing it to hurt him. I'm doing
Yeah,
it, but ándale, cabrón, like, get up, like, come on, come on. Pero si se pone de rezongón, dude, like, if he's mouthy, now le doy una cachetada. I'm like, hey, cállate, güey. Like,
yeah.
stop it, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
What I do with my kids, I haven't spanked my son
yeah.
since he was little. I think he was like 4. And the only reason
Wow.
I spanked him was because that's when his mom was pregnant with his sister and he
Yeah.
was hitting his mom in the stomach,
Yeah, that's not
right?
cool.
He was asking for attention.
Yeah.
Uh, I regret and I don't regret doing it because I already had warned them many times.
Yeah.
Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Mijo, we don't hit mommy. You have your little sister there. It's delicate, blah, blah, blah.
Pero
Right?
a
There
huevo
was
estaba.
reasons to why, but he kept on doing it.
Yeah.
Until I got him, me lo metí al cuarto, pero nada más le di una nalgada. But it was a good
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
you know. And I remember it was like to a point where he like lost his. He was like,
He lost his sense of being.
yeah. It was like I took his breath away, and
Yeah.
yeah, the dejó en el cuarto. Later, obviously, later on, I felt super horrible,
Yeah.
super horrible about it. To a point where I wanted to cry, but my
Yeah.
wife at the time. She was like, no, Chris, you also have to be strong because if we're going to discipline these kids, we're going to have to do things that we don't like.
Exactly.
And she was
Yeah.
very, very correct, bro. And I remember I just went inside and the room and I explained to him, Mijo, this is why I did this.
Yeah.
But do you understand why I did it?
Yeah.
Y él solito.
Yeah.
Because I'm not supposed to hit mommy because my little baby sister's coming and blah, blah, blah. I go, not
Yeah.
only that, mijo, you cannot be hitting people just because you want to.
Yep.
That is not the way that we call attention. Okay. So ever since then, if I raise my voice at them or they see that I'm getting upset and I know that
Yep.
it affects them, I explain why. Because I remember
Yeah.
when a mí me pegaban or they would call my attention y yo preguntaba, pues, ¿por
Yeah.
qué? Porque sí.
Yeah.
¿Pero por qué? Porque sí.
That's
Porque yo dije.
porque me dio la
And
gana.
exactly. And I used to
Yeah.
hate that answer, bro. I
Yeah.
used
There
to
was
hate
no
that answer because
explanation.
it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't an answer. It didn't explain shit.
Yep.
It made me wanted to do it again. It made me want to do it more.
That's the whole, like, going back to that grooming subject too. It's like that example you just shared. There's no rhyme or reason for them doing that. It's just because they wanted to do it.
Yeah, por sus huevos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And así también son los que andan amenazando los
It's
chicos,
everybody,
man.
bro. It's everybody. It's
Yeah.
everybody that wants to do something bad. It's because they want to,
Yeah,
right?
that's
It's
so
because they
crazy,
want
dude.
to, and because nobody tells them. There's no repercussion.
Yeah,
There's no. Oh, well, nothing's gonna happen to me. Or if I get away with it
yeah.
once, I could do it again, right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, my kids know, bro. My kids already know. It's to a point now, just like they give my parents a lot of props, just with the look, bro. Just with the look,
Yeah. I've mastered
just
that.
with the
It took
look.
me a while,
Yeah,
but I've mastered that, like, que no
just with
digo
the look,
nada. You just
or like if you act upset or
yeah,
disappointed.
yeah. Yep.
And my my daughter looks a little bit more like me than my son. And my daughter has big eyes también y luego se le rozan
Yeah.
los ojos, bro. My son también luego he gets his eyes get watery.
Yeah.
I go, what's wrong?
Yeah.
I go, don't
Uh,
fuck with me,
that's that's
okay?
that's exactly what happens now. It's
I go,
like,
don't
yeah,
fuck with me. I've been there and done that. I've been in your shoes. I know what you're doing. I know what
yep.
you're doing before you even think about it. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know? I go, mijo, I've been through it.
Yeah.
And it was worse for me because my dad was your grandfather, and
Yep.
my your grandfather was not the same man that I grew up with. Okay,
Every story out with a parent, like, oh, you get the new grandpa, you get the new
yeah, you get the
grandma.
new version of
Like, this
of
isn't the
him.
one I grew up with.
That's
Like,
not
you
the
have
one I
no
know. That's
idea.
not the one I
Yeah,
knew. Mm-mm,
yeah.
mm-mm.
You're like, oh, I've been through
Yeah.
war with this person, and you have no
And I
idea.
tell my kids all the time, bro. I'm like I told you, I'm a broken record. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna just as much as I tell them not to do things or to be careful or to watch out or whatever. I tell them I love you more,
yeah,
right? Because I
yeah,
also want to groom them to know what love is.
yeah,
I don't want them to be that 40, 50-year old that doesn't know what love is or never dated or never went out or never anything,
yeah,
right? Because there's a lot of people like that,
yeah. You have
right?
to like some of those people, like their perspective of the world is just so like distorted. They have
Yeah,
no idea what even like a congratulations to them like means, like what it is
yeah.
to be like,
And I love you from your parents, bro.
oh
A lot
yeah.
of our parents never said I love you to us, bro.
You know
A
what's
lot
funny?
I
I would end every meeting with my athletes, just just because I could. Um, the speech of the coach, whatever. But I would tell them, hey, if
mhm,
no one has told you today that they love you, let me be the first one to say I love you. And I'd go
mhm.
like this, lloraban, dude.
Sí, güey.
I would get letters at the end of the season from students thanking them for something as simple as that, Chris. It's like, and in my head, I'm like, wow, man, really?
There's
That's
still
so,
a lot of parents that are younger than us, bro,
yeah.
that never heard it from their parents, right?
And
And
in their
don't
in their
and
immature mind, they're like, well, my mom and dad never said that to me. Why should I say that to my kids?
they just don't know how,
Yeah. And I'm like,
you know?
just say you love
And
them.
it's
That's
so
it.
easy, bro, because
Yeah.
they feel it. Obviously, if something would happen to their kids, they would cry and everything, but
Oh yeah.
they feel it. They know what love is, right?
Yeah.
It's just it's one of those things where we cannot make it so foreign
Yeah.
that well I don't okay mijo está bien, right? I see
Yeah.
this video of concrete. You know who concrete is,
Oh,
right?
of course I know concrete. Yeah.
And I know he does it as a joke and it's a skit and everything, but I'm pretty sure it's real. Where
Yeah.
he tells his dad, "I love you, dad. I love you, dad." Right? And I get a little choked up sometimes, not because my dad never told me I love you, because he didn't really say I love you, mijo. He would say te quiero or okay, okay, está bien, está bien, está bien. Right? He
Yeah.
would pat me on the neck or the back.
Yep.
Okay, está bien. Yo también.
Yeah.
But never the I love you, mijo. Or the
Yeah.
never or the I'm proud of you, mijo. I
Yeah.
would get that from my mom all the time. Mi
Yeah.
mamá sí, ella sí nos decía, los quiero mucho, los amo mucho, con todo mi corazón, blah, 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 mi
Yeah.
negrito, mi esto, mi lo otro, right? Never missed it from my mom. And
Yeah.
I knew, obviously, I knew my dad loved us, and I knew he cared for us and he did the impossible for us. But it was never the I love you, mijo, or it was never the congratulations, mijo.
It was
You
never
make me
taught.
proud or blah blah blah, bro.
It
And
was
and
it was
and
never taught.
now, no, yes, that's where I'm going. Now that I
Yeah.
know his past more, now that I know how he grew up and how he was forced to be the man of the house at a very
Yeah.
young age, uh, he never got it from his father. He knew his
Yep.
father, but it wasn't like me and my son or like you and your son, where we're always together, like best friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was more like acquaintances type thing, and he didn't hear from his father that way. And I at first when he first passed, I would get upset, bro, because I didn't understand why he never completely said it, right?
Yeah.
He would say, "Oh, yo también, okay, está bien, me too, mijo," but never "I love you" or "I'm proud of you," right? And
Right.
not until you see it or you start sharing that with your kid, you're like, "Fuck, like why, dude? Like, why is it so hard?" The whole point is changing what from what how you grew up with to do
Yeah.
better, right? To and yeah, he did a lot of things great, but a lot there was a lot of other things that we could have done. He could have done better,
Yeah, of
and
course. Yeah.
I in my part, I'm like, hell no, dude. I'm gonna tell my kid every
Yeah.
single fucking day, both of them. I love you. I love you.
Yeah.
I give them a kiss every time I see them. I don't care if they get embarrassed. I treat them like little babies. I tell my daughter, "You're my little baby. You're my little baby, Daddy. I'm already in fifth grade, Daddy." I go, "Yeah, but you're still my
Yeah.
baby. You're
Yeah.
still my baby, and you too, cabrón. Even though you're my height already, you know,
Yeah,
Dad,
it's true. I mean, that those
Dad,
things never
stop,
change.
Dad."
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that we have to change. We have to continue grooming them that way, so that when they have kids, it's
Yeah.
normal. It's
Yeah.
part of the language, right?
Yep.
It's part of
Something that we did not have. Yeah, we have to
yeah, it
give it to
wasn't
them.
foreign. It was
Yeah.
foreign to us,
Yep.
right? It wasn't for just showing up to those the presentations to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um Back then I didn't even know it was a thing. I just thought it was las señoras que no trabajaban and
Yeah.
they had a chance to go, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know that people could ask permission or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's things have changed obviously, pero pues yeah,
A
I
lot, a
never
lot.
wanted to be that type of dad in the first place, even before I even considered, having
Mm.
children. I made sure because I grew up with no dad, man. I had no dad.
Yeah, I know. No,
And then
I know your background story.
yeah, and the thing is, I'm like, man, if I ever have a kid, I do not want them uh without a father. I'm gonna be here no matter what the circumstances. And that's I'm still here, man. It's like I know
And
we're
it's
not
difficult,
perfect,
bro.
obviously.
It's
Yeah.
not an easy job.
No,
It's not an
not and
easy job, especially boys, bro.
oh yeah.
Because yes, us boys we lean towards our mom a lot. And
Yeah.
out of obviously because you always had your mom,
Yeah.
and I lean towards my mom as well because I was able to talk to her better than I
Yep.
did to my dad.
Yeah.
But for that same reason, I want to, I am, and I will be in my boys and my girls' life
Yeah.
until they're fucking old. I tell them, I go, you're gonna fucking clean my ass, fool. I don't care. When I'm old and crusty, you're cleaning my ass and doing all this shit because I'm here to till
They're
I
gonna buy
die.
you a bidet, bro. That's what they're gonna do.
Whatever, I don't care as long as they do it, you know.
Con la pinche
Pero es
manguera.
I always tease them that way, you know. I always tease them that way. I go,
Yeah.
no, mijo, it's just I have so much love for you guys that
Yeah.
I just want to be around you guys all the time, you know?
Yep.
There's certain sacrifices that us men do, whether
Yeah.
it's the jobs, whether it's timing, whether it's getting up super early, just
Yeah.
to do stuff, right, with them, because there's been many cases that we've seen that our tomorrow is not promised,
Oh,
right?
definitely.
Our
Definitely.
tomorrow is not promised,
Yeah.
and it could end just like that. And how are we going to be remembered,
Yeah.
right? Are we going to be
Yeah.
remembered as the dad that always was mad at me?
Yeah.
Are you going to remember me of the dad that always hit me?
Yep. And
Oh,
that and
well,
that's funny you should bring something up like that because I remember who was it? Chris Rock on the stand up that he did. He mentioned two things. Life could be short, obviously, like what we're talking about, but life could also be long, especially if you make the wrong decisions, man. It like going to jail, man, going to prison. That's
bro,
something that yeah,
I'm lucky enough to have made my parents proud, and me and my brother too, and my sister as
yeah,
well. That we've never been arrested. We've never been behind a cop car. We've never been to jail. None of that
yeah.
stuff.
That's good, man.
So if
That's
they're
good.
proud
That's actually
of
something
that,
you can hang your hat on. Trust me,
yeah,
man.
if they're proud of
Yeah.
something, shit, let them be proud of that,
Yeah.
bro. Because yeah, I mean, there's times where people get arrested for stupid shit, and then let go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've done my share of stupid shit, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
and just I've never been arrested, never been behind a cop car, never
We made
stepped jail, nada,
very
nada,
good
nada, nada. Ah,
we made very good choices, man. Granted, like the environment that you and I grew up in,
yeah,
and we
yeah,
could have easily done we could have chose otherwise, man.
yeah.
But aquí estamos. I mean, I could have easily joined any of the local gangs
Oh
there,
yeah,
man.
many of those
Yeah.
gangs, many of
Oh
those
yeah.
fucking uh, party crews,
Oh
many of
yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
many of everything. I'm to be honest with you, I didn't do it. I was just afraid of my dad. Like I said,
Yeah. That's good. I was terrified of my mom, man. But
I was
what
afraid.
saved
I was afraid of disappointing them.
yeah. I
That's what it
think
was.
the fear that's my biggest fear. Like if when someone would ask me what's your biggest fear, I'm like, my biggest fear has always been a fear of failure, man, like becoming
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
Yeah, that's always been my biggest failure because
yeah,
our
yeah,
expectations were so high growing up where we grew up that
yeah.
you had to make it out of there, man.
Well, just surviving
Yeah.
was just surviving because all the shit that we saw, bro.
Yeah.
And especially
Yeah.
during the late '80s, early '90s, the
Oh yeah,
drive-bys,
man. Oh
right?
yeah.
People getting killed for no reason.
People
Where are
getting
you
killed
from?
for producing a movie. Remember
Seaway.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was just down the street from my house.
Yes. I was right like I was at what was it? What was that middle school across the freeway? Is it Harrison?
From where?
Right there on City Terrace Drive by when you pass St. Lucy's and then
I don't remember.
you go by the freeway. You pass the freeway and then like if you're going to Amigos liquor store, there's that school in the corner right off the freeway exit. Is that
I
not
don't remember the
Harrison?
name.
But
On
you know
Eastern?
which one is it? Eastern and City Terrace, right there in the
I
corner.
think it's Eastern. Yeah, yeah.
What's that school called? I think it was Harrison.
The one that you can see right by
Or
the freeway.
yeah, I
Okay.
forgot the name of it. But
So even then, I wasn't allowed to roam all that area, bro.
yeah, really? Oh man, I covered ground everywhere from Ramona Gardens.
I couldn't go past the exit of the 10 freeway. So
Wow,
Marengo
that's good, man.
Marengo was a no no for me.
Really,
Yeah,
man.
even the gas
I'm lucky
station
to
right
yeah,
there on Soto and where USC's at,
yeah. I know where that is. Uh,
I couldn't go there at
the,
all.
it's a Sinclair now.
See, güey. No, no, no,
It's
no, no, no. On the other side,
oh, like
by the
going towards
USD where they have the school food, where the buses
oh,
park in the bottom.
I know exactly where that's
Yeah,
at.
that mobile, not that
Well,
other one, not
I
the
was born
Sinclair
at
one.
General Hospital. I'm sure you were
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, actually, I'm Mexican born, but all my family was born in General Hospital.
Yeah, the old Michael
Yeah,
Myers Hospital.
see, way, yeah, and behind, right there where the Jack in the Box is at.
Dude, don't remind me, man. I know so
Yeah,
many people that relate to my story. I'm just like, wow, you too?
see, way,
You know
yeah,
what's a trip is when you meet people that were born the same year and day, just different time at that hospital.
yeah.
Yeah, I've met like 14
So
people.
my brother was born 1984, March
Yeah.
22nd. Okay,
At General, right?
at General Hospital. My
Yeah.
sister was born April 20th, 72.
Yeah, that's when it was
My
at the peak.
my other cousin was born in January in 72 as well.
Yeah, they see
My other
the early
cousin was born
70s
in
are crazy.
68. No, 60.
Wow.
Sorry, 70 in the
That
same
is very
hospital.
man,
Same
that's when,
hospital,
like
bro.
that was the hippie era right there, man.
Seaway. Well, dude, if you would
Yeah,
see some pictures of my mama back then in the like late 60s, early
yeah,
70s,
yeah.
she's all hippied out, bro.
Yeah, así era la moda. It was crazy.
Seaway. She
The
was all
long
hippied
hair,
out.
a big brocha.
Yeah, the men, yeah.
Yeah, they would drive, like, nice, like, either what I would see, like, Cutlass Supremes, Cadillacs.
My mom
Yeah.
at that time with my aunt, they lived right there by Dino's.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
That is so crazy, man. That place is still
Like
there.
yeah, of course. And that's the
Yeah,
best Dino's, bro.
yeah. Yeah, that place is
They
still
live
there
right
and,
there
like,
by
legendary.
Dino's. Yeah, they live right there
Like,
by Dino's, and then
now this
I
generation is discovering all those old historic spots, and I'm just
well,
like, "Man."
I take my kids to Dino's, but they have a one of the other brothers opened a Dino's right there in Pico,
Yeah,
slash
yeah,
Downey, right down
yeah.
Telegraph.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is. Yeah,
They live on the Downey side.
yeah. And that's a good addition because that's more like, it's exposing the younger generation to, like, the stuff that we grew up in
Yeah.
the LA area.
I
Yeah.
always expose them to everything where I grew up or what I did. I take them back to the old neighborhood where I used to live.
Have you taken them to
Obviously,
King Torta yet?
no, no, not yet. No, is it still there?
Dude, yeah.
Still right
We just
there in
we just
El
had it on
Sereno?
Sunday. Yeah, we just had it on
Really?
Sunday. I had the,
Maybe one of these days I'll take them.
for nachos and then, just burritos and tortas, like, we
You
ordered
know,
a
I
bunch of.
only went there maybe a handful of times, and the times that I went, because I didn't do eighth grade or high school here. That's when we moved to Ontario, so
Yeah,
that was already a different thing.
yeah,
But when I did go to El Sereno sixth and seventh, I would
yeah.
only go to King Torta when I would miss the bus, bro.
That was like a thing. It was either
When
Troy's
I
or King Torta.
I would go to Troy's too.
Yeah,
So I would go
yeah.
to Troy's if I had enough money. I'd go to Troy's, and I
Mhm.
would just get me some papitas, bro.
Yeah, me too,
And I'll
man.
be
That was the
snacking on the
thing.
papitas on the way home because te lo daban en una bolsa, güey. Te daban a lot,
Yeah, back
back
then when,
then.
like, it wasn't like those little ones. Te daban
Yeah,
una, like, the fucking liquor store bags, the bigger
yeah.
bags. Yeah,
Dino's used to do that too.
yeah. Man, that was so
And
cool.
I do that,
Good
and
times.
even when we were working at Singular, bro,
Yeah.
with Philly and Rogelio, and even Ernesto,
Well,
we would
Ernesto's
go
from Sereno.
to
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he's from
Yeah.
around the block, from where King Torta's
Yeah.
at. We
Yeah.
would go to King Torta, bro, all the way from Montebello to
That's
King
so
Torta,
awesome.
bro.
Oh, yeah, you guys would make runs. That's right.
Sí, güey, sí, güey.
Yeah. I was like,
And they
"Wow,
would
but you
take
guys are
me
going?"
because remember I got along with Pedro very well.
Yeah.
And then Ernesto got along with our old assistant. I forgot his name.
¿Cómo se
Little
llamaba?
skinny dude.
Oh,
He
yeah.
sings in a band.
Johnny. It was
Yeah,
Johnny.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, it was
yeah.
Johnny. In the,
Uh,
man, those are the days,
Juan.
man.
There you go. We used to call him
Yeah,
Juan.
Juan, Johnny. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool,
we
man.
would we'd be cool with him. So all right, guys, hurry up. Make sure you're back by this time. Yeah. So we
Oh,
make
man,
those
good
runs,
times,
bro.
dude.
Yeah.
Man, dude. I
Dude,
know,
well,
man,
fuck.
we went past an hour. Wow, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
I was gonna tell you it was a good call, bro. It was a lot
We
of
can
things that we
I can
threw.
talk for hours, dude. I'm
It was
like,
a lot of stuff that we added on the grooming, not just
yeah,
obviously hygiene and all that, but the grooming as far as making our kids safer in this
yeah,
crazy as hectic world, bro. Because it's only
yeah.
gonna get worse, right?
Oh, yeah,
It's
it's
only gonna
they
get
gotta be
worse.
aware and not be socially,
Your
like,
kid is about to go to middle school in about a year or
yeah,
so. My
yeah,
kid is going this fall,
yeah,
and my son's about to go into his sophomore year. So there's already some things that I
yeah,
already have to talk to him about. Make sure that he gets no chicks pregnant and stuff like that bullshit.
yeah, man. Because
So that's
that
another
that's a
part of
game changer for young men. Yeah,
grooming and life, and not just grooming, but also hygiene and
yeah,
how we're supposed to, not how we're supposed to, but how we can improve their lives by them guiding them to make the better choices in life,
yeah,
right? Make better
yeah,
choices than what we did, so
yeah,
that their
definitely.
lives is a little bit easier by the time they get our age,
Yeah,
and obviously so on and so forth with their kids.
yeah, I
You know,
agree. Can
um,
be more right, man. Couldn't be more right.
it's one of those things that obviously we would wish for, but no, hopefully they uh they make the right choices, and
Yeah,
it's it's better for them, But
yeah, absolutely, man.
you have any last words or anything you want to say?
The only thing I'll say, all your viewers, all your followers, this is just make sure you let your children know that you love them daily.
Simon.
Yeah, that's it. That's a big component because when you don't, you
Yeah,
begin to see that they're seeking that attention elsewhere, and that's where it gets very dangerous.
yeah,
So tell your
yeah.
kids you love them every single day.
And
That's what I'll say.
that's another topic for another time too that we
Oh
can
yeah,
go on
man.
to and go on and so forth. But yeah,
Absolutely.
bro, thank you for popping in with us and
Yeah, thanks for having me,
giving
man. I
us a little bit
appreciate
of
it.
knowledge of about how you do it, how you see it in
Yeah,
your lifestyle and your work and with your kid,
yeah,
and how we can be better, one kid at a time, one human at a time.
yeah, absolutely.
Again, for the people that don't know him, Edgar goes by Ed Namrock. Also follow him at Ed underscore Namrock. I'm pretty sure that's all your socials, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a universal name, so,
All right, cool.
but IG
Uh,
is my main one, so
this is episode 15, grooming. We're talking about how we can groom our children to be better adults, to be better children, make better decisions at whatever time that needs to be made. And yeah, again, Ed Namrock, bro, muchas gracias again.
no, a ti, man, gracias.
Unfortunately, Freud couldn't be here, but he was watching. And yeah, man. Again,
Feel
if you ever
better
want to come on,
feel
let us
better for us.
know.
Yeah,
Let
man,
us know,
definitely.
and we'll hit you up and
Yeah,
talk about something. This was fun. It was very
yeah, man,
informative. I thank you for all your information and
always.
yeah,
We're
bro.
always learning. We're always
Yeah,
learning.
Simone. You have a good
Yeah,
night, bro, and say what's up to the wifey, the kid, and everybody who sees
Simón.
this. Again,
Yes, sir.
everybody, thank you for watching us. This was Que Padre with Chris today and homie Ed Namrock. For now, good night, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Peace out, guys. Bye.